Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back to the Blissology podcast. I am your host, Cece, and I am joined by my co-host, Hubby.
Hey everybody, this is Willem, and welcome to our podcast. As always, we talk about love, life, and all the other stuff, right?
Yes, everything else that's happening around the world.
So we're glad to have all of you guys with us.
Yes, and also thank you for our new subscribers, right, babe?
Yes, so yes, welcome on board, and we're glad to have you, and obviously tell friends, family members. I think we're sharing stuff that I think that can benefit
absolutely
everyone.
Absolutely.
So don't keep us a secret.
Please.
I mean it.
Please do so and share the podcast with your friends and family. So as you guys know, before we get into the topics of the day, and I like to do my blissful moments.
Moments.
Babe, what's going on? How you feeling today?
You asking me? There's so many things happening.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. I'm glad election is over.
Yes.
Well, is it really over? But I'm not feeling the anxiety that many people are experiencing right now, and I've already made peace with myself that whatever the outcome is,
it is what it is.
I'm good with it.
It is what it is. At this point, you can't really do much, right? It is what it is. The only thing is, if Jesus was like in between, then I would be like, okay, Jesus, come on, come through, Jesus, come through.
Jesus is always there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Jesus is there and God is there, and if it whichever way it goes,
right,
that's how it was meant to be.
Lord knows we need a change. I'm just saying. Regardless of who it is.
But remember, change comes from within.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So yes, I'm not feeling anxious like many people are. So I just have to do what I have to do.
Sure, because I was telling you about this earlier that, was it 8 years ago with the Obama campaign?
Yes.
Was it 8 years?
That you stayed up?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's more than 8. It's like 12 years. Almost.
Yeah. Yes. I stayed up all night because that was exciting. A lot of us wanted to know who won. We were hoping and, that it was going to be him. And it was a great moment.
He said,
but I'm not getting that excitement, that, that waiting period, that waiting moment, that, oh my God, I can't wait to see who the president is. I don't know. It's just not. To be honest with you guys, I went and vote. It was just like, okay, I only have one choice. I don't really have a choice. But then I'm like, okay, if it's not this one, it's this one. I was telling my husband, here's the thing. So I was like debating eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then decide on which. Because to me, it's just like, whoever it is what it is. That's how I look at it.
No.
Yes.
Here's my thing. There's a proverb in our language that reads, and when you translate it, it says, 2 men got wet in the rain, one will be more soaked than the other. So, both candidates have their issues.
Yeah.
One has more than the other.
True.
And then all of us, we have to look to see what makes sense for us, for our family, for our community.
Yeah. And
cast your vote accordingly.
Cast your vote.
However, once you've cast your vote, that's it. You just hope that everybody else did their part, and hopefully whoever you are supporting will happen to be the one. But right now where I'm sitting right, there's nothing that I can do.
Right.
So that anxiety that many people are experiencing,
you don't have it.
I don't, because what's it going to do? It's not going to change the outcome. It's not like it's going to cause an additional 500,000 votes to get in the counters, whatever they use to count these things. Yeah. So I'm not anxious, and I'm grateful for that.
Amen.
Yeah.
I went to bed last night. We woke up this morning. We're like, okay, who won?
I checked my Facebook feed. I figured someone would say something, and then there was nothing.
It's like crickets. We're just waiting.
But hey, you know what?
We're just waiting. So hopefully, may the best man win.
You can say that. You can absolutely say that.
Neither one of them are my best men, so whatever. I'm just happy to be alive, happy to be here.
One of them will be your president.
You know, one of them will be my president.
Years.
So whoever it is, I wish you all the best, you know?
And listen, whoever it is, this person, I want it to be pro-business. And
yes.
Please help our fellow brothers and sisters who needs to be able to do things legally in the U.S. I think that's important. If I can get one thing out of any one of these candidates is to help a lot of the people that are hardworking people who lives in the U.S., but does not have the proper paperwork. Now, I don't care how they got here. We all got here somehow.
Right.
Because sometimes that becomes a bigger issue as to how they got here. Yes, you're here. You're contributing to society. So let me give you a way so you can do it legally where you can benefit from what this place has to offer. That's if there's anything that I want to get from any of these people is help our brothers and sisters and at least put something in place to protect us. Because there are things that's been happening lately that many of us are not feeling safe. I've even contemplating of getting me additional tools to help protect my family. Because sometimes I just don't feel safe.
Right.
So 2 things. Safety.
Yep.
And give people a way to be legal in the U.S. and make their money and pay taxes. And taxes is a good thing.
Absolutely.
The government love taxes, so give these people a way to learn, produce, pay their taxes. It's more money in our pockets.
Sure, I agree.
Yes.
I agree. So with all that you just said, it was quite a bit. It was quite a bit of stuff you just said. But
You asked me.
But I really hope someone broadcasts this so they can get your message, right? So.
Well, I hope one of them gets to see this. I mean, it's not an outrageous demand.
Yeah.
Expectations, rather, because I can't demand anything from these people.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just hope and pray that everything will go well.
It will.
And,
it will. I have faith.
Yes. With all that said, so let's move on to the topic of the day. All right. So in today's podcast, we are talking about gender roles. Right, babe?
Yes.
Yes. So, as my husband, the head of the house, I feel like I want to say your job, but we kind of all have like this job that we do.
Yes, we do.
And I know some people, they don't do the things that husband does. Like, for instance, I feel like, when it comes to take the trash out, when it comes to pumping gas in the car, when it comes to the cooking and the cleaning. So yes, I haven't been putting gas in the car for a long time, and I feel like as my husband responsibility, he should be putting gas in the car.
I didn't know that's how you felt. I just some people would drive and let the warning light comes on in the car, and then they'll tell you, I think I have like a few miles. And a few years back, this happened. I said, no way. So I fill up the cars, and they're on a schedule. I have to fill them up at a certain time during the week. Actually, on Friday, I fill them up regardless of where. Just to make sure we always have fuel. I didn't know that you were like...
I just don't like it.
Oh. Well, hey, listen.
Let's be honest. I feel like men should take that responsibilities of putting gas in the car. You don't want your wife to be pumping gas. I think, men should take that, off the wife's shoulder. Like, let me take this off your list, honey. Let me help you out by putting gas in the car, by, picking up dinner, which you do.
Yes,
right?
I have. I mean, I do these things, but I never looked at it as this is a man's responsibility. I do it because it helps and it's convenient. Like, to going back to the gas in the car, I scheduled it, and on that Friday, I know that I have to put gas in one car, and then the next day I drive the other one, and then I put gas in it. This way on the weekend, we're full, and we're always full every weekend. It makes sense. Instead of you driving until it's on E.
Until it's empty. Well, then that's our problem. My family, my parents and I, we have that issue. My brother, my mom, my dad. But let me tell you this: my mom don't put gas in her car either.
My mom doesn't either.
Okay,
my dad
okay.
I think my mom may have it. a few occasions, but my dad will.
But
take
mostly
the car
it's your dad. So yes,
Yes.
and I think one thing too that we do, when I cook dinner, you clean, you does the cleaning, the dishes, and I think there's some men out there that feel like, man, I'm a man, or I shouldn't be washing dishes, I shouldn't be.
But I never looked at these things as it's a role or it's a responsibility. I just kind of do them because it seems like it needed to get done.
Right.
And I do them like I may wake up one day and just mop the house. Mm-hmm. It needs to get mopped.
Right. Let me tell y'all something.
Now, I gotta say, cleaning the guinea pig, it seems like it's my job because no one else.
Well, I feed her and you clean her, which makes perfect sense unless if you're going to feed her. Because I can't do both. Listen, I can't do both. We have a guinea pig and my husband clean her. And when he's getting ready to clean her, it's like, it's painful. And I'm like, babe, listen.
Well, here's the reason. Somehow, since we've bought that guinea pig,
which had been, I think it's been 2 years.
I developed
come on
allergies.
now. Don't blame that on her now.
It is. I found out I'm allergic to haze. And the thing eats haze.
Okay.
So when I clean, I have to put a mask on. Way before COVID, when I clean the guinea pig, I have to wear a mask because I will be sneezing like there's no tomorrow.
True.
If anyone's looking for a guinea pig, I want to give it away.
The girls will not let that happen. So scratch that. But anyway, so what other... To me, I feel like there's so many other things that, we don't really...
Well, I don't think we observed this whole thing about there's certain things that's only for certain genders.
You gotta put the trash out.
At least I never looked at it this way. I do things based on this needs to get done. Mm-hmm. I just do it.
Oh, my husband doesn't know how to cook, so let's just say that he doesn't know how to cook. Listen to this. Prior to you getting married, you didn't know how to cook nothing. The only thing you knew how to cook was
I could boil plantains. I could make eggs.
That's it. You didn't make anything else.
I feel like I didn't have to. I didn't have to.
Okay, why?
I was living at home.
Okay, so you were saying that it was your mom's responsibility to make these for
I never said that.
Okay, well, you were a grown man. You could have made your own food, but...
Why are the restaurant? I can easily go and buy something. Why would I want to go and cook?
Save money.
I had no other responsibilities. Yeah, and my mom, Haitian moms are good. They would feed you.
Yeah.
So I had absolutely no reason to learn how to cook. Mm-hmm. And even now, I mean, I can learn how to cook, but you probably wouldn't eat what I cook.
Let me tell you, right now, my husband is a pro at making omelet. That's the only thing he knows how to make. But you're good on the grill, okay? That's a man's responsibility. Listen.
I can cook rice in the slow cooker.
No, the slow cooker. There we go.
Is it a slow cooker or the steam cooker?
No,
what do they call it?
It is a rice cooker.
A rice. Anyway,
you're really good at making omelet. There's a lot of men out there who don't know how to cook. I mean, the things that you know how to make, and I do let you know. I compliment you.
Well, YouTube is a great resource, and I advise anyone who's not sure on how to do something. There's someone in YouTube teaching it. And yes, that's how I learned how to make omelet. That's how I learned how to grill. Because grilling is not a typical thing that many of us do. Well, I'm talking about my parents, because my mom will wash the meat, and I think your mother does, to wash it and season it.
Do that.
By the time you put it on the grill, it gets all dried up.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to properly season something, meat, chicken, or steak, whatever it may be, before you put it on the grill. Mm-hmm. YouTube helped me with that.
Yeah, and of course I teach you too, right?
You don't know how to grill.
Well, I don't know how to grill, but I do tell you how to proper seasoning it very well. But you know, we help each other out. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. I mean,
we don't really have a role where my husband does this and this and this, and then I do this. But then, of course, I make sure that I cook. I take care of the house because I'm home with the kids. And I make sure when he comes home, there's a fresh meal waiting for him. And, you got to take care of the belly, right? So take care of the kids. And one thing I got to say is that when we had the girls, when they were little, this man will wipe, clean them up,
yes.
when we go to church, he would take them in the car and make sure they have a clean diaper on. And I think sometimes men feel a certain way about cleaning kids, cleaning babies, which is like, come on, it's your own child. Why don't you feel...
Well, not everyone has a stomach to... Believe me, my hands have gotten into stuff, so I'm like, what the... But this all comes back to we do what needs to get done without looking at, okay, this is this person's responsibility.
Yeah, this is not my responsibility. Unless if it's Roxy.
Yes, but even Roxy, you can clean her. I'm sure if I decided to go weeks without cleaning her, you'll clean her. But before then, I'll hear so much about it, I'll just get upset and just go and clean. But you know, when we start assigning roles, and then we start, you know, sitting around and wait to see if this person's gonna do this, and that's where issue starts coming up. Like for instance, if it's trash day and I know that's my husband's trash, and maybe he got home. Well, I wouldn't have a husband, but that's my wife's responsibility. And she happened to get home and maybe was tired and took a nap and didn't put the trash out. What, am I going to sit around and not take the trash out? Or am I going to get upset because this person didn't do it?
Right.
Or if the dishes are piling up in the sink, am I going to say, you know what, that's that person's responsibility. I'm just going to sit around and watch TV and let the sink be filled with dirty dishes. No, I wouldn't do that. I'll go and do it. There's always a reason why someone may not be able to do something. And when you start saying, you know, this is this person's responsibility, you start putting this on this person, and if they don't do it, then you start calling them out. This was supposed to be your stuff. Right? And then that's how argument started.
True.
So I figured if you live in a household, it's our house. If it's dirty, it's not just my house that's dirty. It's your house that's dirty. So any one of us can pick up and clean it.
Absolutely.
If the clothes are piling up in the dryer, although you've been pretty good lately.
I've been like I said,
because by the time I got home, all of those things been done already.
Because I think it's good too when your husband is out to work and you home, and I think that's a way you help each other out. You don't have to say, well, as a wife, it's my responsibility for me to cook, clean, and do whatever else. But if it was the other way around, if your husband is the one that stay home and then the wife goes to work, then the husband would have to do the wife's duty, right? But not so much wife to do, just helping each other out. That's how I look at it.
I think, you know, we look at it based on availability. Obviously, when both of us were working in corporate America, we sometimes you're the one that picks up the kids, and sometimes I pick up the kids. So whoever has to have the availability. I remember there's sometimes that if I happen to be off and you're working and there's laundry that needs to get done, I'll do
fold them. Yes.
So it's whoever's available to do the things, and we all have the capacity to do them, right? Yes. So.
But babe, I think sometimes it's just like finding a man or a woman who's like, okay, I'm just going to do it without even waiting for my husband or my wife to tell me to do it.
No.
Because there's some men out there just like old ways, old school. Like, I'm not touching the dishes. I'm not cleaning. I'm not cooking. Let me tell you this. There's one thing my husband know about me that I do not like is ironing. I would.
Do you even know how to iron?
If I have to, I do know. But if I have to do it, like I was ironing this earlier, and my daughter's like, "Oh, mommy, you said a H word." I'm like, "What did I say?" She said, "You say hate." I hate it. I'm like, can we just take the clothes to the dry cleaners instead? I mean, there's people. To me, I feel like ironing is just a waste of time. Like, you gotta take a shirt and you iron this. Crispy, yes, you gotta iron the shirt. I understand you gotta iron the clothes, but it's just like time consuming. I don't like it, and he knows that's something I don't like to do. That's why I'm like, listen, babe, I just don't like it. It's just, I hope I'm not the only wife out there who don't like ironing, because I just think it's a pain. I think it's a waste of time. Why not just take the clothes and drop it off at the dry cleaner?
Yes.
Right? I don't mind do like 5 or 6 basket of laundries. I love folding clothes.
She can't stand ironing.
I can't stand ironing. It's like, can we just, I mean, I would see my mom, get the ironing board and iron like my dad's shirt, like a lot of them too, a lot of shirts. And I'm like, can we just take them to the dry cleaners instead? Like, it's a lot easier. Take the clothes to the dry cleaners and then That's it. And then you move on to the next thing.
Like, I can't stand ironing pants. I just don't. So all my pants go to the dry cleaner. But my shirts, I don't mind ironing. In fact, in the morning when I iron, I just put on some music on my YouTube Red, and I just go at it. And somehow I do them one at a time. Somehow I do them 4 at a time.
Yes.
It's no big deal to me. Pants, I can't stand them.
Yes.
So those, they go to the
Listen, that's why
cleaner.
they have a dry cleaner, okay? Because they know people like me don't like ironing.
Yeah, but, it's an extra trip for me. Like, I have some clothes at the cleaners I'm supposed to pick up in a couple of days. I have to go out of my way to do it.
But the thing is, so you don't like ironing your pants. Would you rather just iron your pants and instead of going to the dry cleaner?
No.
Okay, then.
But they do a better job. See, pants.
Of course, they're professional at it.
Your pants have to be a certain way, and
they got that
I can't get
that
it.
crease in your pants. Yeah,
I can't get it that way. But there's certain things we like doing. Like I like washing cars.
Yes, you
I
do.
get great pride, and sometimes she thinks I take way too long washing the cars, but you gotta protect your paint.
You do take too long, like 2 hours.
Washing car.
Sometimes 3 hours.
For those of you who knows the thing about washing cars and keeping your paint clean protects it, it's important. And you got to do it the right way. It's a process. You can't rush it. I do it once a week. Sometimes, depends on if I wax the car, I let it go a couple of weeks before I give the next wash. But it's important. That's why our cars, the paint, will stay intact until we get rid of them.
Listen, I don't mind do all of that, cleaning, cooking, and do whatever else that I need to do, but washing the cars is not for me. I mean, I'll sit back. The thing is, I would do, he's in the garage cleaning the cars, and then the girls and I will just keep him company. And sometimes it just takes too long, and I'm like, listen,
but
you've been washing this car for the past 2 hours. I'm just gonna go back home, go back inside.
And I don't mind. You can go back in because I will take my time.
Enjoy cleaning it.
Just like you cooking, you will cook, and I'll let you be. And you know what? We can sit here and talk about these and laugh about it. That means we understand each other and we understand what we do. And the fact that we don't look at role or certain things as certain person's responsibility makes it a lot easier to go about doing things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I got to tell you this. That's one thing that you've been doing during COVID, Mike. I haven't been much out there. The girls and I, we've been home, and he stopped by after work, pick up groceries, and of course I'll text him and say, hey babe, would you stop by BJ's, Costco?
This is an estimable thing. My dad does the same thing, and my brother does the same thing. And your brother probably doing the same thing also.
I'm sure.
So we understand that. Like my brother sometimes is coming out of work and I give him a call. It's like, hey, listen, I'm on my way to the store. I gotta grab the stuff. So we do things and we understand. Our wife and us, it's a partnership.
Right.
We're in this to help each other. And I'm hoping every man out there understand that. When you're married to someone, you form a partnership, which means you're going to do whatever you can to help this person, just like this person is going to do whatever they can to help you. I've been at the store in the feminine section looking for pads. And people looking at me, it's just kind of like... My wife needs it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, there was one time I was there, and this little old lady came by and says, "Can you grab this for me up there?" I'm like, "What size do you want?"
Oh my God, what size do you want?
And I have no shame in it because it's something that I do to help. Right. I could have needed something that only men gets, and if I can't get it, you'll get it for me.
Absolutely.
And one thing that I reminded myself all the time is that if I do something, that doesn't mean it changes who I am as a person.
Right.
Sometimes we can get so uncomfortable with ourselves that we feel that what we do becomes who we are. That's never the case. I can go do whatever I need to do. I'm still Will, and nothing will change me.
Absolutely.
So, but yes, I think what I do helps a lot.
Yes, I think what I do helps a lot too. Right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I know, but
And the thing is, there's no such thing as I'm putting 50 and you're doing 50. I don't think we look at it that way. We just balance each other out. Whether if it's 60-40, 80-20.
I never count percentage. If I start something, I just want to finish it.
Right. And one thing I appreciate from you is that, you don't mind doing it. Like for example, the other day you were like, babe, I want you to take a picture of me cleaning this.
I was scrubbing these I don't know, what did you cook that day? I mean, it was like I had to get some what they call this thing. It's a wire thing. No, it's a wire thing that you scrub things with. I don't know. I just know that it does things.
Yeah, it's supposed to take it off from the
Yeah, it's a melt thing. It helps clean pots and pans. Well, I was doing it and I figured, you know what?
And I told him, I was like, babe, listen, thank you so much for doing this, because there's some guy out there, there's some husbands out there who would not even dare to do that. They would feel a certain way about it. They'll feel like, man, I'm
too important to do that.
I'm too important to do that. I'm too important to mop the floor.
If I do that, I'm no longer a man.
Right.
I lose my man power. You know?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's important for you guys to know that there's no such thing as I'm losing my power. You're just helping each other out.
Yeah, but what's power? I mean, but I don't control you.
Yeah.
Well, I control her, but I don't control her. And you don't control me either.
Yeah.
So there's no need for power.
Right.
I mean, you need power to be able to.
Oh, there's some men out there. They're like, I'm the man of the house. I need this. I said this
go.
I say. You better do what I said. Otherwise, this. I'm like, otherwise what? Like, come on. When we said I do, we didn't say I do to just do what you asked me to do. We said I do because we are in this, like you said earlier, in a way, like we are partner in this. We help each other out. If you can't pick up the kids from school, I got you. I'll either leave work early or, when I used to work for corporate office, it's just a matter of we just support each other. So there should not be any things of, well, it's your
stuff.
That's you supposed to cook dinner. No, my husband is not a big fan. He doesn't know how to cook well enough, but if we happen to...
I made some rice. It was a little bit overcooked. It was more like... It was like really soft. I overboiled the thing.
My point is,
but
you don't know how to
I
cook
think we
well.
ate
But
it, didn't we?
Of course we did.
Some of it.
I had to, show him that I appreciate the fact that you make the rice, even though it tasted like baby's food. It felt like it was like not omelet, but
oatmeal.
Oatmeal. There we go.
Yes, with too much water in it.
Yes, it was really like baby's food, guys. Listen, but I did appreciate. We ate it that night. Yeah. So I appreciate when my man like really do certain things because he just wants to help out, not because I'm the man. I should do this, so I should do that. No, listen.
Yeah, it should be as we said earlier. It's a partnership. We do what we do to help each other. And I know there are couples out there that does things that the couples out there who do things differently than we do. And obviously if they find a way to make it work for them, by all means,
yes,
that's great. But I know in many cases there are couples that are suffering because they're the way they chose to live or do things is either hurtful to one and the one that's helpful to cannot speak up.
Yeah.
Or they become powerless and in some cases borderline being abusive.
Yes. And that's one thing too. Like you should never feel like, powerless around your...
You can't speak. You only speak when you are spoken to.
Your spouse. You should be able to voice your opinion. And that's how you help each other, right? Hey, babe.
There are men that you cannot tell them that, do this differently. It's either what they say.
Right.
Or nothing. Yeah. But gotta check our egos.
Yeah, so listen, this shouldn't be my way or the highway, right? It should be let's put our heads together and see how we can solve this issue. If you're not able to do it, let me try to see if I can do it. So we gotta do it, to support each other, to help each other out.
Absolutely.
Not just,
that's this person, like,
I said what I said. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what you gonna say?
I was gonna say it's trash tomorrow, and I wrap up and put that together.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's just something that needs to get done. Mm-hmm. And we do it.
Exactly.
It's not a matter of it's this person's responsibility. It's that person's responsibility. Right. It's something that needs to get done.
Yeah.
And we get it done.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And when you have your household, operating like this, it makes it easier. Mm-hmm. No one's pointing finger at anyone saying that you were supposed to do that. What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. You didn't do it last week. I had to do it. I had to go out of my way to do things that's not even my responsibility. Mm-hmm. Woman, know your place.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Yes.
So,
listen, I want to say something. Before we
wrap up.
Yeah, I want to say, just because you married to someone doesn't mean that you are a slave to that person. Okay? When you said I do to your spouse, is I do to work it together, not just one man show. I am not going to just, I really hope if you happen to watch this video that you voice your opinion, you tell your husband, hey babe, listen, I think we should do this together. I've been working so hard. You really haven't done much. You haven't helped out, You haven't really helped out. It's good to talk to your spouse, right? It's good to let your spouse know how you feel. Listen, if you've been doing so much, let him know or let her know, hey, babe, listen, I've been cleaning and cooking and do all that laundry and all that folding. Let's talk it out. Let's see how we can split things around. Let's see how we can get you more involved in helping around the household. So it's important. Don't you agree, baby?
Oh, I absolutely agree.
It's very important.
Open communication is important.
Yes.
Obviously, you got to choose the best words to express your opinion. Some people would just throw whatever comes to them. Yeah. And that could get the other person's upset. Complaining.
But I don't think you should be afraid of saying how you feel.
You shouldn't be. But, some people, their opinions is more like it's an argument right from the get-go. No, you should be able to express yourself, but choose the best way, because none of us wants to start arguments for no reason. Mm-hmm. But if you're asking for help, choose the best way to communicate it, because sometimes you find people get into arguments over nonsense.
True.
Because of the word they choose to use, the approach they chose, it offended the other one, and before you know it, they're upset for 2 days or a week.
And that's one thing that you don't do. You don't go to bed angry. Okay? We used to do that. And
no, I never do that.
Well, I used to.
You have issues.
Like, my husband knows me pretty well. Like, if he does something to me and I would not talk to him for until maybe the next day, unless if he apologized.
And look at me, and I am good. I'm not upset with no one.
Like, if he does something to me and I know that, and he knows me pretty well, he knows that I'm upset, I will talk to him. And I will be very moody, and it'll just be, it is what it is.
She has since grown and become more understanding, so she doesn't do that stuff anymore. With me, I don't waste time when being upset.
Yeah, he doesn't waste time. He doesn't. But when he's mad, when he's angry, you don't want to see the other side of this man.
Well, that's why I choose to not let myself get angry, because we all have tempers. I'd like to tell you I don't have a temper, but I do.
You do have a temper. Oh my God.
But it'll take a whole lot to bring it out, because I control, or I stay on top of my emotions and my feelings. Because if you let your feelings control what you do, then you don't have any controls. You know how many things will hit you throughout your day that may throw you off, and if you let every little thing throw you off,
Yeah.
Woo!
Right.
Anyway.
Right. Yes.
So,
True.
But yes, I think that the overall message is find the best way to live with your spouse. Don't let roles get in the way.
Absolutely.
Do what needs to get done, because at the end of the day, it benefits all of us.
Both of us, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Well, this is it. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And I don't have to repeat what he just said. You said it perfectly. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. And please remember to share this podcast with your friends and your family members. We really want to grow this community. And please remember to like and subscribe this video. And if you have any other things to say,
no, just check us out on the social media channels. We are on Facebook, on YouTube, under IamCeCeBliss, and you can check us out on SoundCloud and iTunes.
Yes.
Under the IamCeCeBliss tag also. So thank you for joining us. Again, remember to share this with your loved ones and family members.